The intention of my visit over here was to give a very strong message to Kabul about its importance, about Pakistan's desire to have a long-standing, deep relationship with Afghanistan, and most importantly, to give a strong message to both Kabul and to the world, that Pakistan would stand behind any initiative whatsoever that Afghanistan would take. So our only prerequisites to be supportive of an initiative is that it should be Afghan-led, it should be Afghan-owned, it should be Afghan-driven, it should be Afghan-backed.
Well, we've got reporters standing by in 3 countries covering all angles of this story. In a moment, we're speaking to Culhane in Washington and Imtiaz Tyab in Islamabad. But first, let's bring in Jennifer Glasse, who is in Kabul, where that meeting was taking place. Jennifer, this visit of the Pakistani foreign minister is aimed at warming frosty ties between the two neighbors. But this latest report certainly isn't going to help that, is it?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, the Pakistani foreign minister said the release of the report was probably strategic, and she dismissed it as old wine in an even older bottle. But it certainly won't help. Relationships between Pakistan and Afghanistan have been strained since September, when Afghanistan's main peace envoy was murdered here in Kabul. Afghanistan said that their investigation led to Pakistan and wanted Pakistan's help. So the foreign minister's visit today is the first high-level visit we've had from a Pakistani official here since September, and the idea was, as the Pakistani foreign minister said, to show goodwill, to bring a message of peace and their support for Afghanistan. But the long history of mistrust here will not be helped by this report.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Let's get the view from Islamabad now and speak to Imtiaz Tyab. Imtiaz, the reaction very strong from the Pakistanis. We've heard the foreign minister say that this was a strategically released report. What does she mean by that, you think?
Yeah, I think there's an overwhelming sense of exasperation here in Pakistan, especially with these allegations in these leaked NATO documents. And really, this isn't the first time we've heard allegations like this, that Pakistan is somehow engaged with the Taliban or various other groups in Afghanistan trying to destabilize the nation, or efforts by the U.S. and NATO forces. And really, many people here in Pakistan, indeed many people within the government and military and intelligence agencies, what they tend to say whenever they hear these allegations is they say this is simply the United States, simply NATO, deflecting any blame from themselves. They're saying they use Pakistan as a scapegoat, and yet again they're hearing these allegations, and of the people we've been speaking to, they're expressing a lot of frustration and indeed a lot of anger at these allegations, which they say are baseless.
All right, let's speak to Culhane now in Washington. Thank you, Imtiaz. Patty, as Imtiaz and Jennifer have said, this is not the first time that such allegations have been made. We know that relations between the U.S. and Pakistan have been, quite frosty since the killing of Osama bin Laden last year. How is this report going to impact on these already frosty relations?
Well, exactly. To say the relationship has become strained really seems to be an understatement. I mean, let's look back. First, the fact that Osama bin Laden was living in a compound in Pakistan, the fact that the U.S. officials launched the attack that killed him without telling Pakistani officials. Then let's not forget there was that incident where the U.S. military opened up on Pakistani troops, killing several of them. The Pakistanis then blocked the aid convoys from getting into Afghanistan. We have heard these allegations before, and it was quite controversial here in Washington. The former top military man came out to Congress and flat out accused Pakistani's intelligence service of directing attacks that have killed American troops. We saw Congress respond by freezing hundreds of millions of dollars of aid to Pakistan. Throughout it all, the people here at the White House have tried to walk a fine line. They're not necessarily disputing the allegations, but they try not to stress the point. They say Pakistan is an important relationship, and they always end up saying it's complicated. This will only serve to make it that much more so.
Okay, thank you very much, Culhane in Washington, Imtiaz Tyab in Islamabad, and Jennifer Glasse in Kabul. Thank you all.